I just told the team, congrats. There's not a lot of people that believe that would be a playoff team, let alone do it after we were 0-6. I'm told we're just the second team in league history to have done that. I was a part of a team in 2001 that started 1-10. We went to the finals. That was a 32-game schedule, if I'm not mistaken. But I just told the group, I mean, they deserve this. It's just a step. Obviously, goals for a lot of teams is, to win a championship, et cetera. We haven't necessarily talked about that. We wanted to get back to the playoffs, certainly after missing last year. But this is a team that's got a belief in themselves. And the third quarter was, I thought was really special. The way that we came out is exactly what we needed.
Cheryl, you talk about that third quarter, and really it was Kayla and Fee that really got them going offensively, but it was truly a team quarter, was it not?
Yeah, it really was. I love the place that K-Mac was in today, and certainly her synergy with Fee has been special all season. I thought Dorka was awfully special, her passing, and, she's really understanding how to make people pay for not being near her and really concentrating on guarding Fee. She's getting easy stuff for her teammates. I thought she competed at both ends. Obviously, she rebounded the heck out of the ball, and obviously her passing was really good. And she's in a really good place, And those three were awfully good. Our bench was solid. Outscored their bench. They were pretty solid. I thought Carlton's minutes were big for us when Tiff was in a little bit of foul trouble.
27 assists on 31 makes.
Yeah.
Can you draw that up much better?
No, I mean, that's a pretty good rate, right? Pretty good assist rate. I loved it. I loved the sharing of the ball. I didn't think that we had too many times we tried to do hard things. And that's what you hope for. I thought early in the game, really the first half, officiating really made it hard for there to be any kind of flow whatsoever. And that, as the players tried to adjust to knowing what's a foul, what's not a foul, and they still don't know after 40 minutes of playing. But I just thought that, once we kind of settled in, and we just kind of locked in, our early offense wasn't good in the first half, and they felt that. And we knew that if we could get some stops and play in our early offense, that's when we're at our best. We know we're top 3 in the league when we do that. And we found those spaces in the third quarter.
What were the biggest adjustments that you made in the third quarter?
I think that we just talked a lot about, we reemphasized the game plan. The BG touches were really, really killing us. And so it's a 3-part deal in guarding BG. It's not one player. And I didn't think that our play on the guards was very good in terms of being, try to make it more difficult to make an entry. I didn't know if we were as persistent as we could have been in really getting around and denying a catch. Thought our backside, those are the 3 components to it. I thought our backside was a little bit late. And then we fouled. And when we were there timely, either they couldn't throw it in when we got the ball pressure, which is what we did much better in the second half. Jefferson ran around free. The challenge is, I think, for the rookie Yuha's kind of understanding, okay, I know BG is a concern, but she's not a fast roller. And so you have to get up on Jefferson. But that's just, it's just one of those games that you go, look, I know what you're going through. Because she's like, now wait, now you want me up? I thought I was at BG, So it's just that, kind of back and forth going, look, I know what you're going through. But you're okay when it's at the 3-point line. She's not going to burn you with a fast roll. And if she does, then you'll have your teammates that can maybe crowd her, make her make hard catches on the run, sort of thing. But I just, just so many great learning moments I thought Diamond was solid. I know everybody looks at scoring and field goal percentage, et cetera. I thought Diamond had a really solid game, which is why she was out there for almost 33 minutes. She did some really solid things defensively for us. And she was helpful in our rotations. And, so I think for the rookies, just a pretty good day. Obviously, our veterans carried us in Fee and K-Mac, but those 2 rookies have been really helpful to the team.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Terry.
Considering the start to this season and missing the playoffs last year, what does it mean to clinch a playoff spot in this season's playoffs in front of the home fans?
It's obviously it's meaningful, and I'm not going to say it's not, because it's not easy to do. It's this season's been a journey of ups and downs, and great moments, difficult moments. I've enjoyed that. I just really wanted it for this group, and like I said, we feel like we have more we can do. As we continue to fight for playoff position. But it's when you miss a season of being in the playoffs, everybody wants to get back, and so it means something to us, to be playing in the postseason. It's a lot of hard work that went into that, to get back there and do what this franchise is accustomed to doing, which is competing in the postseason.
Fee's the first player in WNBA history with 20-plus points, 15-plus rebounds, and 3 blocks. Mm-hmm. Just talk about how special she's been to you, in this team this year, and just since you've been coaching her, just talk about that.
And 5 assists, I think, is also a big number. So no other player's ever done that. I kind of talked with her about that. Sometimes players think league history is when they started in the league. I told Fee how many years were before she got here and how tremendous of a league this is, and some tremendous players that have never done what she just did, back-to-back games. There's a lot of people that didn't necessarily believe that Napheesa Collier would become what she's become this season, which is why I believe that people thought maybe we couldn't be a playoff team. Her evolution, her maturity, as we talked about before the game, that leadership means that you take on the hard job in the game. It's not just vocal in the locker room, et cetera. That comes natural to her. But taking that next step of saying, I gotta put the team on my back at times. That's what I get paid to do. And if I miss shots, that doesn't mean I start passing the ball. I find a way to make a shot. And, obviously pass when it's necessary. And she's done that, with really nice passes. And I thought we were really good at our recognition today, especially Fee, of reading the double. Here came Griner, and we dropped it off to her player and set up Nina on a couple easy shots. And so Fee is just she's a dream to coach. I say this a lot. From the first day that Napheesa Collier stepped foot in our gym and we coached her, to all the way through, count every single day until today, there has never been a time that I've asked Fee to do something that she's ever answered me or any of our coaches in a way that was contrary to what was being asked. And you don't understand how that is just doesn't exist. Fee looks at you and says, okay. There's never a time she goes, but, and that's what everyone does today. And Napheesa Collier is just a really, really, really special, obviously, basketball player. Couple that with a person, and we have ourselves a gem in this franchise.
Congrats on your 300th win in your career.
Thank you.
What does it take for that level of consistency with wins? What is it a testament to as far as coaching, teams over the years, different teams, adjustments to teams?
Yeah.
How do you keep that consistency in the winning column?
I mean, I think we have an understanding, like from a staff standpoint. I'm really blessed. I've had, go back to Jim Pete and Shelley Patterson. Been really, really blessed. I love the staff that we have now. The trio of former players. It's just so much fun, and I think the players really believe in them, and they play off of me really well. I always talk about their interpreters because they've been through it. I've coached all the coaches that are on our staff. I think players, like selection of people is probably the most important thing that we do. And I think we work really hard on that. And so I think making sure that you have players that believe in the idea of being selfless and having a tremendous work ethic. And we've largely gotten that right. I'm not going to tell you we got everyone right. We try to navigate it when we don't. And I think that when you have that, the notion of winning with good people, that's not by accident. That's purposeful. It's an intentional thing that we know that you win with good people. And there's a lot of people that maybe when we show up, they're not scared of us. They're not scared of us. We play as a collective, and we try to play as a team. And they let us coach them. They believe in each other. They treat each other great, and they work hard on their games. And I think the players will tell you that maybe that we haven't been here that kind of come into the franchise. Someone like Kayla McBride, who for a long time wasn't a Lynx, always wanted to be a Lynx, right? So she felt something about the franchise and the way that we do it and wanted to be a part of it. And now she's such a key part of what we're doing. So I think just carrying that on, the culture, the foundation that was built that we stand on today, people that come in and really value that and want to maintain that. You're welcome.
Yeah, Cheryl, you've gone from a team that probably 2 months ago would commit 20 turnovers a night pretty regularly to one that made 3 turnovers in the second half when you really needed to
Yeah.
be solid. And
Yeah.
When you look at the growth over the course of
Yeah.
the year, that's probably one of the most significant things.
It
Is
is.
that the most significant thing?
I'd have to really go back, and I think it's certainly a factor. That we're not such a differential every night, because a lot of we kind of we could have put a kibosh on that pretty early. I want to say a third of the way through the season. I thought we did a good job starting to clean that up and trending in the right direction. Playing without a point guard, kind of exposes us a little bit to maybe the possibility of more. But I think even like Tiffany Mitchell and Rachel, just sort of, I think, growing into their roles and understanding, taking care of the ball and getting us into stuff, how valuable that is. Fee was turning it over a lot in the beginning, maybe even K-Mac. So players like that are really good players, they start to kind of go, I can't turn it over, like I'm too good to turn the ball over. So we just started making that recognition, and it has been significant. And I think the types of shots that we get, I think, is probably where I also think we've grown. We understand who's good at what, and we try to really live in that space, and that's led to a decent amount of efficiency. And back-to-back games this weekend with a defensive rating in the 90s is really good for us. We were at 92 today, and 92 leads to an offensive rating of 110. Getting stops and playing in transition. That's what every team strives to do, and we had a pretty good weekend doing that.
With 2 more regular season games to go before the playoffs, what are areas that you still feel that the team needs to improve upon?
I think every time we play, whether it's areas to improve, what we focus on is trying to get our defense set. So I think every coach will tell you transition defense. We try to get saves. So if we miss or if we turn it over, we try to we chart and give feedback on our saves, our ability to get back. Save, maybe it's a turnover or whatever, and like we can't hang our heads. So, we continue to strive in that area, and then certainly rebounding. Those are the two, they're like so tired of hearing us say transition D and rebounding. But that's the path. And, it's pretty incredible when you look at the statistic of when your defense is really good, and that means you get them out of transition. That means it's one and done, that you can hold an opponent below 40%. And our team knows that since 2011, we're 150-7. So why would you not play transition D or rebound? That is your path to be successful. So if we can kind of continue the trend from this weekend, and we're going to be challenged big time when we go on the road, and and then certainly in the playoffs. So those are I'd say the two main areas that we'll just continue to focus on.
Any thoughts from the other person up there at the podium on tonight's game?
Any thoughts, Oliver? Oliver, talk about why you're excited with the win.
Because my mom's excited.
He likes when mom comes home happy. Why do you like when mom comes up happy?
Because if you don't, you come home.
Not wanting to play Roblox. He's hoping. He's been working me since the win, since the final buzzer, about getting him this very special character in one of his games. What's the name of the character?
What?
The witch?
A witch. I haven't decided yet.
He's rooting through.
I mean, on my mind, I don't know which
Okay.
one I am.
It's about $20 he's been working for me. So he's, if we lose, it's only like $5 he asked me for. If we
It's,
win, he goes $20.
It's from a show that's rated PG-15.
And he's not watched the show.
And it's the Vampire Legacies. And
It's
then
a really
the
cool game.
show, and then the show is called Legacies of it.
We do have a couple questions on the Zoom as well.
Sorry, Zoomers.
We'll start off with
job.
Chris, followed by Alexa, then we'll head to MA.
Hi, Chris Long.
Cheryl, you kind of touched on it, but just back in 2010 when you came here, 300's a big number. Right? You're the third to reach that. Would you ever have dreamed of the championships, the longevity that you've had here?
No, I'm not going to say that, you in 2010 that you go, okay, in 14 years. Nobody ever does that. Hell, in 2010, the fans were yelling at me that our defense sucked, and we hired you for your defense, and I think just found a way. 14 years is a long time in professional sports. I am incredibly grateful to Glenn and Becky and their belief in me. They let me be me, and they believe in everything. Not everything, but we have a trust. When things are rooted in trust, they can be really special. And so I'm very, very grateful to the Taylor family.
You have to talk to players all about these 2 games that remain. You sort of hit a finish line of sorts by clinching the berth tonight, but there's still plenty to play for. So what happened to the standings for the next 2 games?
Yeah, I mean we're in tune to the games today. I don't know if LA pulled out the win or not over Washington. Each game, there's a clump of teams that are really in tune. As we Indiana gets a big win today at Dallas, so there's still lots to play for. And as we talked about, certainly excited. I mean, the locker room wasn't going crazy. They were happy. They understand. It wasn't going crazy. It's not like we won a championship. We secured a playoff spot. We know that there's more for us, and going on the road and being successful could prove to be pretty large for us.
Thanks, congrats.
Thanks, Chris.
Alexa?
Hi, Cheryl. I just wanted to ask you, going back to where everything started this season and looking to where your team is now, what do you feel like was the biggest turning point, and when did that happen? Whether or not it was when wins actually started coming, or if it was something that was a mentality shift within the team, where and when would you identify that shift?
I think it was understanding how to win close games. We were in a lot of games that were decided by 5 or less. So the team knew that we were close. I think the mentality has been the same, honestly. I don't think that there was something dramatic that happened. I think just playing together and really as a staff recognizing a little better that means scrapping some things that maybe we thought we were going to be good at and pivoting and going different directions. If that means using the players. So you just learn, each game that you play together. And I would say that the players definitely learned about each other, maybe what the coaches were wanting. And so it was just kind of this, we knew we weren't far off and just sort of, sticking with things. And we've gotten much better at closing out close games. We make them interesting, probably, too much. But, winning close games, I think, has probably been the biggest change. You're welcome.
That's all.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Ready, buddy? All right. Let's go get that witchy one.